So twins in business together. Let's talk about that. How the heck did you guys get into the mosquito and pest business?
It's interesting. So Jeremy and I, we're both teachers, and someone that I'm close with started a franchise. Well, didn't start a franchise, was part of a franchise, and he asked if I wanted to get involved with him at the time. And there wasn't any real such thing as mosquito control in our area, so I was like, you know what, I promise I won't ever enter your territory, but I'm going to start this on my own. And I remember bringing it up to my brother, and Jeremy's like, mosquito control?
Yeah, we were at my house. I remember it just like yesterday. We were having a couple cocktails, and he brought up mosquito control to me and brought up this franchise idea. And I was like, I don't like the franchise model. I don't like the fact that you have royalties, you got a certain area you have to be locked into. I was like, it's interesting. Mosquito and tick control wasn't around there. But I said, yeah, sure. It's like, we'll come up with our own name. We'll start our own website. And that's what we did.
Why did you guys, I mean, you guys were both PE teachers. And that's, I mean, you're twins and then you're also decided to go down the same career path. How did that happen?
I mean, like you said, we're twins. We've done everything together our entire lives, from school to sports to we went to the same college. Our wives look like they can be sisters.
Same age children.
You're lucky Franco's not sitting here interviewing you guys. Like, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. And we ran a beach club. I ran a beach club called Little Monmouth. He ran a beach club called Big Monmouth. We lifeguarded together. And
I think, to be honest, I think throughout the years we've done everything together. But I think having a business together created us to get closer, actually.
Yeah.
You know, I think it pushes some families apart, but for us, it was definitely difficult at times, but throughout the years, we kind of figured out each other. We figured out each other's strengths and weaknesses. We didn't need to compete for certain roles. We just kind of organically grew into our own.
Yep.
And it worked out to be the best. And we talk every day, and I think that has something to do with having the business together. So it forced us to kind of create and build on that relationship, which is awesome.
Cool. So you roll over to Jeremy's house and say, let's do this. You say, I don't want to do a franchise. And then how long did you guys noodle on this idea before it
really wasn't that long. We just knew that we didn't want to be that business that threw a magnet on the side of the truck. We said that if we're going to do this, we're going to do it the right way. I want to say within 6 months, we had our first truck. I remember on Christmas time, we had the Christmas,
We knew that we wanted to focus on branding and customer service. That was our main priority. And whether or not mosquito control would work, people were still going to love us and our service. And fortunately, it worked, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, within 6 months, we had our first truck, first employee, and from there, it just kind of really took off.
But did either of you do any services? Were you doing services yourself in the early?
At first,
very minimal.
Yeah, if someone called out or a job got added on and or a respray, because we wanted to make sure we mitigated that problem with the customer.
And it was usually at the end of the day because, like you said, we were school teachers. Yeah. The season started in April. We were teaching until mid-June. And then we also still had our summer jobs, managing beach clubs. So for the first 3 to 4 years of the business, our summers were really busy because we're managing beach clubs and we're growing this business.
It struck me as strange when I first talked to you guys. I'm like, how are these guys full-time teachers and do this? But then it kind of made sense that you guys had an income, so you didn't even have to, in those early years, you were able to just literally dump it all back in it and just
I don't think we pulled money from the business for the first 3 years. We continued to reinvest into our team, into our employees, into our marketing, and we got to a point where we were finally able to start paying ourselves. But I agree with you 100%. That was definitely part of the reason for our success.
Okay, so you're teaching PE, you're growing this business, and you guys actually scaled it quite quickly. And I remember seeing all the videos of all the shenanigans you guys pull out in public. So when did you start doing that sort of stuff?
Well, in the beginning, we started with simple things, Facebook raffles and
St. Patrick's Day parades.
the parades. And then we started getting, who was our first, then one of the first ones was, remember when we jumped in the snow and made like a challenge?
Yeah. So we would play off of the different things that were actually popular on social media and kind of tied in and, utilize our families for these different promotions and kind of get people to support us and like us and have a certain feel for us.
We got a media company, and then we started doing the funny commercials.
Right.
Do you think the fact that you guys were ripped twins helped you in that sort of stuff?
I think the twin aspect of us just growing up in a great community, us being on the beach, me sometimes having no shirt on could have definitely helped.
It could have, yeah.
But we were so, the community where we grew up, they wanted to support us. And we always had that support, and that's why we always gave back to the communities.
And when we gave back to the communities, let's say, for instance, the Little League teams, we weren't just giving them $500 for a banner and walking away. We would go to the games, we would support them, we would end up, bringing them donuts or bringing them out to go get ice cream. We would take it a step further and be a little bit more genuine behind it.